Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. My name is Colleen and today I'm going to be working on what's for dinner tonight, and it's going to be a chicken pesto pasta, and I think that you'll enjoy it. So it's a simple dish. You can probably put it together and have it ready to serve in 30 minutes. It's a really simple one to make. So I'm going to wander over here to my oven and get it preheating to 400 degrees, and I'll gather up everything we need to get going, and I will be right back after this. Okay, I think I've got everything gathered around me that I'm going to need for this recipe today. I am using two 284 gram containers of grape tomatoes. And I'm just going to cut these in half. And I'm going to put them into this oven-safe container and get this started. So while I was preheating the oven, I also started a big pot of water on the stove so that I could prepare some pasta, which is going to be part of this dish. We have had some fantastic weather in our area. Most people would say it's been too hot for the time of the year that it is, but I don't know, we've certainly enjoyed it, and now a couple days of rain has kind of deflated everybody again, and it's cooled it off, which was good. But we are certainly all ready for spring, which is just around the corner for us now, because we have all the leaves out, and we have the grass is growing and needs cut. It's just that time of the year when everything is coming to life again, and it's fantastic to be a part of that. So I hope wherever you are, you're in the same boat. I did have a few wonderful letters from people who write to me, and I appreciate them so much, and comments about where you live and what the temperature is like where you live. And I know that some of you are certainly in areas that are a lot warmer than where we are here. And we have had to have the air conditioner on a couple of days, but for the most part we've had it pretty lucky. So okay, so I'm just gonna finish throwing these tomatoes into this container, this oven-safe dish. Now you could do this on a bigger scale, just upscale it. This is probably almost too many tomatoes for this, if you can have too many tomatoes. We sure enjoy them here at our house, and we eat them raw and cooked and in sauces and soups and just about every way you can imagine. So it's always nice when we get the tomato plants in our little patio area, when they start to come on and bring us fresh ones. That's always a treat. So I've just put them into the container, just like that. I'm just going to grate two cloves of garlic in there. And this doesn't take long. I'm just using my handy little rasp. And if you like more garlic, you can certainly add more garlic. I always try, when I see a recipe for the first time, to follow the recipe exactly, and then it gives you kind of a base point where you're going to add different things, or whether, you know, if you want to change up the recipe, that'd be the time to do it. Now this is cornstarch, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch in here, and this will just help to make the sauce a little thicker at the end. I'm just going to give it a good toss here, and I will wipe my hands and be back for the next step. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And I should say that if you don't want your sauce to be really thick, the sauce that's naturally made here, then you could definitely cut the cornstarch back to just 1 tablespoon. I've used 3 because I really want it to have some body and stick to the pasta. In this little jar I have homemade pesto, and we make it with the basil that we grow in our garden, and then I make it up and put it into these tiny little jars, which seem to be just the amount that we need, and I put it into the freezer and freeze them. And we have fresh pesto all season long from our little bit of basil we grow in our garden. I'm just going to stir that just a bit, because now we're going to add some salt and pepper. I'm going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon, or 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 of a teaspoon, sorry, I got that backwards. 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt into the tomato mixture. And we're going to add 1/2 cup of chicken stock. And it just goes right in there as well. Now, I'm going to give this one more good stir, and then we're going to be ready to add the chicken, believe it or not. Okay. And make sure that all of the sauce is mixed up quite well. And in this container, or this tray, I have 3 chicken breasts. Now, that's plenty for the 2 of us, but if you had more people, again, you can definitely amp this up. And I'm just going to take the chicken breasts. I'm not going to pat them dry. I mean, if they were super bad, I would, but otherwise I'm just going to lay them on top of the tomato mixture, just like that. I'm going to wash these hands and be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and the chicken breasts are on top. You could definitely put this in a bigger pan, but I think it's going to work out just fine in this pan. Now I'm going to take some of my pesto, and I'm going to put about 1 tablespoon on each of these chicken breasts, and just make sure that I cover them pretty well. And this recipe cooks up super fast because the chicken breasts are, chicken breast is something, it's not as dense as the leg or the thigh, and so because it's lighter meat, it cooks up a lot faster. So we will be able to put this in the oven and have this bake in 25 to 30 minutes. And last thing to go on here is a little bit of cheese. Now, you could use cheddar cheese on this, and I think it would be delicious, but today I'm going to use the Italiano 4-cheese blend, shredded cheese. And I'm just going to put a little bit, probably if I was measuring it, it would be about maybe in total 1/2 cup of shredded cheese on the top of these chicken breasts. So this is what it looks like now. And now I'm going to pop this into the oven, and we're going to let it cook for 30 minutes. Now I've crowded them close together, so I'm going to make that call right now. Instead of 25, I'm going to say 30, and I have my big pot of water just about to the boil, and when it comes to a boil, I'll put my spaghetti into the pot. So these two things should come together about the same time, and then you'll be able to see what we're having for dinner tonight at our house, and maybe it's something that you want to give a try yourself at your own house. So I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, everyone. I hope that you can see that. This chicken dish is just absolutely filled full of aroma. It makes our house smell really good. And now I'm going to move on to the other parts, the parts with the pasta. But first I'm going to take the chicken off of the tomato base. So I'm just going to use a flipper and a spoon to do that. And this cheese has just gotten just beautifully browned. I'm just going to move the chicken out of the pan and put it on a plate. Oh my, it smells so good. Now the tomatoes are soft and beautiful, and their juices are just being released. Now I'm going to give that a bit of a stir. And now I'm going to add to that, I've got a third of a cup of heavy cream in here. This is whipping cream, so 33%. And I'm just going to add that in there. Stir this around. And then I'm going to drain my pasta and add it to this. And I will just do that and be right back and ready to serve this on our plates. Here's the drained pasta just going into the bowl or into the baking dish. I'm going to move that out of the way and stir this beautiful sauce into this spaghetti. You could use any kind of pasta that you wanted. Bow ties might be fun for this. Although the chicken breasts do look a little more elevated maybe than bow tie. But who doesn't like to have some fun on the plate? And there is our pasta. I'm just going to lift this so that you can see it. And I'm going to just reach over and get a plate, and I'll serve out a dish so you can see what it's like on the plate. So I'm just going to add some pasta and sauce to about a third of the plate. And these beautiful oven baked tomatoes in there are just gorgeous. I'm just going to give this a little wipe because I've made a mess. And now I'm going to add a chicken breast to that. And folks, that's what's for dinner tonight at our house. I'm not sure what you're having, but hopefully you'll consider giving this a try. Folks, I look forward every week to your comments, so thank you very much for that. And I hope that you'll continue to do that. And if you enjoy this recipe, give it a like and share it with your friends. And until next time, folks, I hope that you all stay well. Bye-bye.